Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Surrey Sports Park here in Guildford for this afternoon's WBBL Cup semi-final match between our visitors, the holders, the London Lions, and your very own Sevenoaks Suns. Your officials on the court, Tanya Akbar, Alejandro Martinez and Paulina Judge. Scorer Mark Latcham, timekeeper Matt Walton, and Sean Williams is your 24-second shot clock operative. Siobhan and Star on stats. Lions are coached by Mark Clark, assisted by David Lavinia, Lauren Milligan and Gary Maitland. The Suns are coached by Elaine Bush, assisted by Tiana Clark. Let's meet the teams, starting with the visitors from London. And they lead out with one of the England Commonwealth Games silver medalists in the 3x3, Captain Shreya Beckford Morton. Wearing 6. Katarina Sniska. 7 is Holly Winterberg. 11, Shakira Joseph. 13, Chantal Charles. 14, Kennedy Leonard. 21, Kiki Harrigan. 22, Paige Robinson. 24, Taylor Murray. 33, Ty Battle. And 88, Azalea Stewart. That's the London Lions. And now, coming out for the Sevenoaks Suns, wearing number 1, Iron Bradshaw. Wearing 4, Judy Cockle. Number 8, halfway Renee Bush, the captain. Number 9, Brittany Hodges.
Yep.
Wearing 11, Katie Richards. Wearing 12, Janet.
Well, good afternoon, Barnstable fans, and welcome here to the Surrey Sports Park for tonight's WBBL fixture between the London Lions and our hosts, Sevenoaks Suns. Well, hi everybody. I'm your commentator, Josh Bennett, alongside the great Nassim Bilal. Nassim, we're in for a showdown here tonight. Two of the best teams, the defending champions of the WBBL. How do we see this one going tonight?
This is an interesting matchup anyway. We know the London Lions are undefeated. They have a lot of depth and a lot of firepower. So it's going to be quite the challenge for the Sevenoaks Suns. But they also have their own firepower as well. You know, they got a lot of offensive threats. Like with the likes of Janice Monacana, Renee Bush. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting matchup. I feel like it'll be a high-scoring game and a lot of excitement. Well,
defending champions coming here to the Surrey Sports Park, coached by Mark Clark, one of the godfathers of women's basketball here in Great Britain, while the Sevenoaks Suns, led by Len Bush, of course, coming to the United Kingdom in 2001 with his family, 3 daughters, one of them playing here tonight, that being Renee Bush. But let's talk about some of the matchups here tonight. Holly Winterberg, in my mind, is becoming an MVP candidate shout here at the WBBL.
Yes, for somebody so young, and I believe in their first professional team, is really showing out this season. So that's great to see, and I feel like she can only grow and get better.
Well, other players look out for the likes of Sevenoaks Suns. I mean, Arian Bradshaw coming from Dayton, Ohio, originally from Boston, Massachusetts, finding her feet here in the WBBL, but already showing that she can be a primetime player. But also, Janice Monacana, arguably one of the best offensive players you'll see here in the WBBL.
100%, very aggressive, very physical, has a no-nonsense mentality, and just knows how to get a bucket. So we know what to expect from Janice in that respect. And yeah, this is exciting.
Well, we're now moments away here for tip-off. Under 3 minutes. The Lions, of course, coming off the back of an emphatic victory against the likes of the Nottingham Wildcats last night at the UEL Sports Duck. While, of course, you have the likes of the Sevenoaks Suns coming off the back of a victory against the Caledonia Gladiators. I mean, these two teams, you could see this one being very close in the course of 3 minutes. Sevenoaks, what do they have to do to stay in this game?
I feel like they got to come out playing hard early. They need to try and score because you know the London Lions are going to come with a lot of firepower. They're going to put up a lot of points. So I think defensive effort, they've got to attack the boards, offensive rebounds, defensive rebounds. They've got to be really aggressive from the outset. I feel like if you let the Lions get out to a lead early on, it's going to be very hard to get back into the game.
Well, now, of course, here you can see Kiki Harrigan. You know, in my mind, she has been a huge impact this season, along with Paige Robertson. We're talking about two players really coming into their own, finding their identity. But Katsiarina Cincina, cash money from the perimeter. You saw her on Thursday night against Dinamo Sassari. This lady can light it up from downtown.
She really can light it up. You know, she's 37 years of age and she still gets a bucket. When she gets hot, it's a long night for the opposition. So she can really shoot the ball.
Well, key addition out here for Mark Clark's team, a team that, as we mentioned, dominated the WBBL last season. And, you know, the way things are looking for them, undefeated in the WBBL. I mean, this streak has been going now. This is the third season they've gone without losing the game so far. And, again, it's looking like it's going to be the same thing.
It's looking like a really one-sided, dominant team, to be honest. And they just got so much talent. A lot of the players that play on the bench or don't play as much would probably start in on a lot of other teams. So, yeah, there's too much depth, and which is great for them, but maybe not so much for some of the other teams that have to play against them.
Well, shout out to London Lions in Europe, of course. And, again, you got to try and follow Nassim Bilal on Twitter. I'll put him in the tweet for you. Ladies and gentlemen, those watching, you can follow Nassim, my co-commentator, at Nassim91. Remember, he is the nephew of the great Andrew Bailey, a man who was a legend, one of the greatest point guards in the history of British basketball. But right now, it's not about the men's game. It's about the women's game right now. And we are witnessing greatness. Two teams, Sevenoaks Suns, for so many years, have dominated the WBBL basketball. But all of a sudden now, there's a new sheriff in town, and that is Mark Clark and his players. But I've got a feeling this is going to be a close game.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting one. I'm looking forward to it. Two well-coached teams, two teams with a lot of talent. And it's an exciting time for women's basketball and British basketball as a whole. The levels are incredibly high, and that's a testament to the development of the players and the players that have gone overseas and have come back and have made the league a lot better.
Well, London, of course, the one difference between these two teams, obviously, is the depth. I mean, Sevenoaks have got some great players in the team, the likes of Renee Bush, Arian Bradshaw, Julia Koppel. I mean, there is a team that is worthy of getting to a championship final and, of course, competing for the league title this season. Now, they've had to deal with life without Kat Carr. Kat Carr being one of the greatest players in the history of women's basketball here in the WBBL. But the Lions, it is, many people have said it's a dream team. Nassim, I got to tell you, they are the WBBL monsters. I mean, they are indestructible.
Hey, I've seen it for myself. It's just, I don't know. We've never seen this amount of talent on one team in women's basketball. So it's a joy to see and to watch as a fan. But for opposition, it's one you got to get your good night's sleep for, because it's going to be a long night.
Well, we're going to go with the starting line of the Lions with Azania Stewart, Kiki Harrigan, obviously featuring the WNBA, Katsiarina Cincina, not to mention the likes of Holly Winterman. But Kenny Leonard will also be in the backcourt. While the Sevenoaks Suns, they have Arian Bradshaw in the backcourt along with the likes of Judith Fritz, a Hungarian international, Renee Bush, Renaissance Bush as I call her, Julia Koppel, the Austrian international, and not to mention one of the greatest players here in the WBBL, Janice Monicana. She's going to have a 20 to 30-point game here tonight to give the Suns a chance of defending the home court advantage.
Absolutely. It's definitely going to be a team effort, but I imagine she's going to have to do a lot of the heavy lifting. But, yeah, it's going to be a complete team effort now for the Sevenoaks Suns.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're watching currently in the world. Let us know who you're supporting in the YouTube live chat. The tip is up, and business will start to pick up here. Well, Monicana, again, just dribbling around it, just an early turnover. Not the way to start a game here for the Sevenoaks Suns.
Yeah, maybe it's just some nerves. First few plays, they just need to settle down, calm down, get something easy going to the basket. and then things begin to flow.
Well, quickly, Winterberg trying to go straight to the basket, can't get it. As Renee Bush comes up with a loose ball. Well, Bush finding Janice Montecani. She had the shot. She's going to go straight into the bucket. Finding Koppel. Koppel's got to go up with it and kisses that one off the backboard. And already, Sevenoaks showing no fear whatsoever here against the Lions. Well, Cincina now finding Holly Winterberg. Kenny Leonard, you can't leave her wide open. She'll take the three and now can't get it. Bit of a early anxiety now, but now you can see here the Suns trying to push this one quickly. As Bush got it by Kiki Harrigan. Finding Judah Fritz, a Hungarian international. Sevenoaks Suns now trying to move the ball. Good seal-off by Koppel, and she lays it up.
Incredible seal-off. They're going to Koppel early on, and she's got them 2 baskets. That's a good idea. Go inside early, get that going, and then just settle into the game.
Well, Cincina left wide open, can't get it. Now remember, this is the 3rd game the Lions have played since Thursday night, of course. Thursday having a game against Dinamo Sassari. Yesterday against the Northern Wildcats, Montecani from downtown, in and out to get it. Usually when Janice gets good looks like that, she capitalizes.
Absolutely. And I remember in one of her last home games, she was able to knock down some big clutch threes, so she definitely has that ability.
Well, Cincina trying to force the mid-range. Janice Montecani is going to try and slow this one down, and the Suns trying to get into a half-court set, trying to move the ball effectively, realizing that collectively they need to break down this Lions defense. One of the best defenses you'll find here in Europe. The Lions, of course, playing in the women's Euro Cup as Koppel goes all the way, does get the AM1. The foul is going to be called against Zania Stewart.
You've got to feed a hot hand, and looks like that's what the Sevenoaks Suns are doing. Going into Koppel early, she's got the first 2 baskets for the Sevenoaks Suns, and they're going into her again. And what you have to keep doing is keep going to it until it doesn't work anymore. So, great plan.
Well, shout out to Joseph Hinchelwood supporting the Lions, and Lisa Yanity supporting the Lions, and Kiki Harrigan. And my friend Greg, well, Greg has asked a very interesting question here. Sevenoaks had the 3rd longest road trip yesterday. How much of a factor that will be? That's a very good question, Greg. Of course, the travel is going to be huge here against the Sevenoaks Suns, and we'll find out. That could be a huge factor as Winterburn goes up. The foul is on the ground, so it will be a baseline ball. Nice drive there by Harley Winterburn.
Yeah, really, really nice drive. I think she's trying to get the team going, trying to exploit her matchup, trying to blow by her. Didn't quite go to plan, but it's a good idea. I definitely feel like fatigue plays a factor for a lot of these teams here. Both of these teams, in fact.
Well, Aaron Bradshaw now coming up with a rebound, trying to go all the way here. Going up against Kenny Leonard, goes up, draws another foul. You can see here, Sevenoaks showing no fear against the Lions, taking the ball to the basket, drawing that contact, and going back to the free throw line.
Yeah, it's a great plan. And Bradshaw has a low center of gravity. She's really aggressive. And that's what you have to do. You have to take the game to the Lions. You can't be intimidated by them, or their roster, or their talent. And you just have to attack relentlessly.
Well, Aaron Bradshaw, as we mentioned, originally from Boston, Massachusetts in New England. Played at University basketball in Dayton, Ohio. Again, what an impact she's been. I mean, one of those players we talked about, very much a mid-range game she's very much automatic with. I mean, part of her game that she needs to improve, of course, is her perimeter shooting, but she's not a bad three-point shooter.
No, and a lot of times it's about playing to your strengths. You know, I know with the...
Well, good defense by the Suns, and now already Bradshaw coming up with a loose ball. Good to know defense from Julia Koppel. Trying to find Renee Bush, but they turn it right over. Bit of anxiety there.
Just a little bit. I think what they could have done was slow it down, maybe reset, run an offense. I think now that you're in the lead, you got to capitalize on it, you know. Don't take too many risks because you want to get as wide a lead as possible when it comes, because the Lions will come, as we know, charging back.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, remember, this is the semifinal matchup here for the WBBL Cup. All the games going on. The Riders will be taking on the Essex Rebels. Now we'll tip off a little bit later here, as that's at 6 p.m. at the moment. Arguably probably the 2 best teams right now here in the WBBL. I mean, of course, Sevenoaks have had a bit of a rough start picking up some defeats, but they've had a lot of road games to go with, of course. But if you're asking me right now, 2 best teams in WBBL, I'm going Suns and Lions.
Yeah, hands up. Like, I think their record says it all. And we're finally seeing a really, really good matchup of one that's highly anticipated. And, yeah, it should make for a good show.
Well, of course, you know, one thing Suns need to do a good job of in this game is just try and make sure they take care of the rebounds, of course. You know, London Lions, we've seen so many times they play in the Euro Cup. they go after second chances. They are so hungry to prove a point. But you know, what's been a big question with this team, so much talent like it's been for the last 2 years. And again, credit to the coaching staff. They've actually coached this team very well, and the players themselves, respect to them, they have played a philosophy that allows them to play for each other.
I agree with you. I think that I would hate to be in Mark Clark's position to do the rotation, because it's like, who'd you pick? Like, they can all play, and somebody's going to, unfortunately, have to miss out.
Well, Xenia Stewart get the dump down there by Kiki Harrigan as Murray checking into the game. And that's much better for the Lions, but look how easy it is for this team to execute a simple game plan. As now you can see Aaron Bradshaw being heavily guarded here by Murray, finding Janice Montecano. And Holly Winsburn putting her hands in the passing lane, making it hard here for Renee Busch. As Bradshaw, 5 on the shot clock, finds Busch. Busch goes in, a bit of contact, fades away. Can't get it. And that's going to go out of bounds, but that's going to be, well, Janice Montecano. I think she's got a point there. Kiki Harrigan, I felt from this view, looked like she got the last touch, but Lions wasted no chance to push the tempo here. Maury, of course, trying to push this in transition, coming back in for the Lions yesterday against the Wildcats. There's the pick and pop now, finding Kiki Harrigan. Xenia Stewart from 15 feet puts up a shot, can't get it. Harrigan with the offensive rebound. Well, there you go. Second chances is what we talked about.
Yeah, and the Lions are really good on the offensive boards. And they have the size advantage as well between Kiki and Xenia. So Sevenoaks got to do a really good job of putting bodies on bodies.
Well, Murray now finding Winterburn. Heavily guarded now, drawing a bit of contact against Renee Busch. Well, this is what she likes to go for. Dump down, finding Murray. Beautifully executed. The down coming from Holly Winterburn.
Yeah, beautiful entry pass there. Finding her under the basket for the easy lay-in. Just keeping it simple.
Well, Lions now back-to-back field goals. Xenia Stewart gets called for another foul here against. Well, Xenia trying to say she's been hooked, and I think she's got a point there. But again, that is a good battle right now to see Julia Koppel and Xenia Stewart fight for position.
Yeah, and it's one that we're going to have to keep a close eye on. Two really solid players going at it, and it's definitely going to be a chess match.
Well, Xenia going to the bench. Now Ty Battle checks into the game. And, you know, for me, what you're going to get from Ty Battle is just relentless amounts of energy. I mean, this young lady, as we've seen in the FIBA Women's Euro Cup, she just battles for boards. She's got a good mid-range jump shot. And for me, what I love is her tenacity to compete.
She's tough, man. She knows how to play the game.
Good defense by Murray. And now Murray will push this one. Well, Murray, not many options running with her. Finding Cincina. Katsarina with a spin out. Kicking out to Holly Winterburn. Winterburn trying to slice the defense down. Well, trying to go for another diamond. Ty Battle just unable to score that one, but good play.
Yep, she's penetrating there and trying to make the right read. But you can see that she's trying to open up the floor for her teammates. And we love a pass-first player and somebody who likes to integrate their team into the offense rather than only look for their own shots.
Well, foul is going to be called off the ball against Ty Battle. The Lions now, again, one thing that, you know, because it's such a tough defensive team, they want to come up with loose balls. They want to try and get out in transition. They don't want to pick up too many fouls here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's one thing they got to be careful of, being overly aggressive and picking up fouls, which could jeopardize them later on when they need their key players.
Well, a shot from downtown, and all of a sudden the Sevenoaks Suns doing what they do best.
Yeah, that was Cincina late on the rotation, allowing Janice that room to get her shot off.
Well, there's a kick out now, finding Battle. Battle going in, taking the hit in the front iron, doesn't get it. Montecano with a rebound. Well, Janice now going up a level. Again, just dribbling off a foot. Now you can see quickly Murray coming up at a 3-on-1 here. Finds Winterburn. Holly back to Murray. Beautiful, unselfish showtime basketball there from the Lions.
I like Winterburn's game, man. She's really unselfish. She's getting her team involved. You know, she could have easily gone out for the basket herself, but decided, you know what? Let me give that assist.
Well, Koppel here, top of the key, got it by Cincina. Finding Renee Busch there with the crossover. Busch goes down the middle. Finding Bradshaw. There's the mid-range. There's the bread and butter. Doesn't get it. Koppel, another offensive rebound. The Lions can't come up with a loose ball. Bradshaw pick and pop here with Koppel. Good defense by Cincina. Too aggressive. Jump ball violation, but that will be Lions ball.
You like to see that. Cincina hustling, the vet, getting her hands in there, making it tough.
Well, shout out to Jamila Thompson, currently watching on the live stream. Jamila Where are you right now? You should be on the floor at the moment. Jamila Thompson, one of the, well, personally my favorite player in the WBBL last year. And again, any WBBL team or any international team all over the world, the best free agent is available. And her name is Jamila Thompson.
Yeah, would love to see her back in a uniform again.
Well, Renee Busch now switch on defense. Got it by Ty Battle. Tries to go down the middle. There's a kick out. Montecana hesitated down the lane. Tries to go with a Fangirl. Gets her own rebound. And again, it comes off of Holly Winterman. That's going to be Sevenoaks ball on the baseline.
Yeah, it's kind of tough for them at the moment. They've only got two things going, which is Janice and Koppel right now. So hopefully they can integrate some of the rest of their teammates in the offense.
Well, the score right now is currently 10-6 to the Sevenoaks Suns. 4:20 to go here. Although it says 0-6, it's actually 10-6 in favor of the Suns. As they get inbound now to Julia Koppel. Well, Koppel now throwing it right away. Cincina with the good hands. As Murray, look how quickly she slices down the defense. Finds Battle, finishes. Oh, she missed a layup. And again, Ty Battle with a golden opportunity there.
That was a great fast break. Just pushing the ball early in transition. But, you know, it's always the easy lay-in sometimes that you miss. A little anxiety. Sometimes when it's too easy, you just miss those ones. It's always the complex ones that people tend to make.
Those are the ones I used to miss in transition. I probably missed more than I ever made in my career. That was Passerelle League, too, not National League. Nonetheless, so Judah Fritz coming into the game now here. It's Brittany Hodges for the Sevenoaks Suns, having to deal with a lot of injuries since her introduction to Seeloff. Good defense by Holly Winterburn.
Yeah, that was
going to
great.
be a kickball violation. You like the way Brittany Hodges, of course. Very physical, cementing herself in the low block there.
Love that. You know, I mean, using your weight, using your body, get into good position early on. But defensively, that was great by Battle, getting her hands in there as well. But yeah, you don't want to allow her to get too close to the basket too soon.
Well, Lions now with the possession here. Well, an offensive foul's going to be called. Well, who should call that one on?
Is that Kiki she called it on?
I think they called out Holly Winterburn.
Oh.
Now, I'm not sure if they called an illegal screen there for blocking foul, but, or team control, excuse me, but that is a very, very interesting decision there.
Yep, I'm not sure what happened there, but the Lions don't seem too happy about it.
Well, Matt Dinnery will keep you updated with the shot clock when it gets down to 10 seconds. Well, Sevenoaks now trying to get to the motion offensive back screen there for Judah Fritz. As Arian Bradshaw flashing high off a double down screen. Well, Busch now takes a knock there too, Holly Winterburn, but she finishes that one. I think Winterburn may be hurt.
Yep, Winterburn looked like she's laboring at the moment, but that was an aggressive move from Busch, using her tight handle for the nice lay in there.
Well, things may change now as because Shanice Beckford-Norton will be checking into the game here for the Lions. Cincina now trying to go baseline, trying to dish off to Shaquilla Joseph, can't get it. Well, Joseph now goes from the 18-foot, can't get it. Sevenoaks Suns here with a 6-point lead. All the momentum, Bradshaw finding Renee Busch in transition. Well, Julia Koppel going in with a Fangirl. Julia Koppel can't get it, but look at Arian Bradshaw fighting for the offensive rebound, but it will be possession back to the Suns.
Bradshaw plays hard. You know what? She's got a lot of heart. She might be small in stature, but she's big in heart, and we love to see that.
Well, coaches watching, of course, give us your input. Level 1, level 2, whatever you may be. Sunday League coaches, let us know what you think of all the calls, of course. Cincina, deep three, takes it, nails it. And Katsiarina Cincina, like she did against Dinamo Sassari on Thursday night. If she starts to cook, it could be a problem.
That's what she does. Off the pin down there, squares her feet and knocks down the J. You really have to close out on her.
I think there's a Something being said here between the Lions players and coaches and the referees.
Yeah. We know Kiki got to be careful. I believe in the last game, she got a double technical. She's got to reel it in for this game.
Again, you love the emotion of the game. You want to see players be passionate, of course. You know, one thing about Kiki Harrigan, I have no problems with how she was in the game yesterday. You know, that is just the natural nature of professional basketball play. Things get heightened up. One thing I will not accept from people is people say to me, well, she can't do that in a big game. She is a top-class professional basketball player. And at times, these basketball players, they're humans. Things are going to obviously get to them. And today, guess what? It's the third game in 4 days, whatever it is. Naturally, fatigue's going to set it. Mental fatigue's going to set it. But one thing that people cannot question about Kiki Harrigan is she is a prime-time pro.
Yep. She's a baller. She knows how to get a bucket. She knows how to play the game the right way. And like you said, you're only human. Sometimes emotions get the better of all of us. But this looks like it's going to be a really close matchup. So we wouldn't want her to miss out on some key moments in the game if she gets in foul problems.
Well, Harrigan now pulling up for the mid-range. In and out doesn't get it. Shaquilla Joseph with the offensive rebound. Kiki now trying to post up here against Judah Fritz. Bit of contact, goes up. Can't get it again. The rebound by Hodges. Well, that's what the Suns have been missing so far this season. Just that solidified center in the middle of the basket to be that rim protector.
Yep, and they're playing this against the team in the Lions that actually have a lot of rim protectors and size. So they could definitely use a player who has that ability.
Well, Cincina made a last three. Just a little off the right now. Hodges with another rebound, trying to push as well. Bradshaw fumbles it. Finding Millie Watkins here. Watkins looking for options. Suns here with a 5-point lead. There's now Renee Bush here. Got it by Kiki Harrigan. Well, there's a kick out now. Finding Judah Fritz. Fritz getting the step here against Shaquilla Joseph. Turns around. Again, the defense of the Lions just forcing the Suns into these very tough shots. Is now Murray's trying to break down the defense. Murray goes in and draws a foul against Bradshaw. She'll go to the free throw line here for 2 shots.
Murray was attacking relentlessly there, had the defense on their back heels. And when you're attacking in transition, a lot of times that's a fearful time for a defender, especially if you've got a handle and you're really quick.
Well, substitution now as Winterburn comes into the game. So Lions, I mean, it's amazing when you have Cincina, Harrigan, and Joseph. It's a big lineup. And bringing Holly Winterburn in. I mean, Winterburn she's naturally a 2/3, but she's still quite a big player out there because she's just, if you look at her height compared to the other backcourt players, physically, she is just such a dominating player.
Yeah, it's a huge lineup. And as we know, you can't teach height in basketball. So it always helps having players with a lot of length, a lot of height, able to shoot over the defense. And Lions are clearly capitalizing on that.
Well, one thing that the Sevenoaks Suns don't want to do, of course, I mean, they're playing very physical, composed basketball. You want to maintain the lead, but you don't want to be sending the Lions to the free throw line. You don't want to make it easy for them to chip into the deficit. You want to make them work for every single bucket.
Exactly. It looks like the Lions are really making them work as well. They're putting on the press, not allowing them to breathe at all, being really physical.
Well, now you can see Renee Bush here going up against Harrigan, trying to go baseline. Well, 3 seconds now. Renee Bush, the step back, takes it, hits a front iron. Joseph with a rebound. Now the Lions can push this one. Well, again, the transition, not quite balanced there for the Lions, but here you can see Winterburn. Dish shot, beautiful time, finding Joseph. Well, again, you got to love the 1-2 punch. As soon as Holly Winterburn made that baseline penetration, Shaquilla Joseph just goes straight down the middle. And again, that is understanding your teammates where and where to be.
Yeah, that's team chemistry right there. Knowing where your player likes the ball, knowing when to cut. And Shaquilla did that, and that was a beautiful read by Winterburn.
Well, again, the Lions chipping into deficit by going to the charity stripe. 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. Lions now trailing by 3 points. But Kiki Harrigan with the offensive rebound. Lions now 10 on the shot clock here. Murray trying to split the defense down. Well, the behind the back time finds Beckford Norton now. She's got to make it. A little too short on that one, but another offensive rebound. But in the end, the Suns
It was a good look.
come up with it.
It looked like she was in two minds about whether to shoot it or drive.
Aaron Bradshaw now. Will somebody get me a basketball definition book, please? Well, Millie Watkins almost coming up with a turnover. Renee Bush now, hesitation, trying to take the dish shot. Finding Watkins. Watkins goes up with it. Now, that's not a finger roll, is it?
It most definitely isn't.
Well, in the end, a layup there, two-step, finished, cutting it down to a one-point ball game. But at the end of the first quarter, Sevenoaks Suns holding on to a one-point lead here against the London Lions. Well, we'll leave you for 2 minutes, but we'll be back for the second quarter momentarily.
5 points to Julia Koppel and Taylor Murray. 3 to Janice Monicano and Katarina Sneedster. Janice Monicano and Shaquilla Joseph both have 4 rebounds. Ollie Winterburn 3 assists. Aaron Bradshaw 2 assists. Both teams shooting about 27% from the field. Sevenoaks out rebounding the Lions 15-10. So, start of the second period.
Well, welcome back now for the second quarter. Sevenoaks Suns having a bit of a barren spell there in the last 2 minutes. Lions chipping back into the deficit. A bit of a low-scoring game, of course, but what do these two teams need to do now to run away with this one?
So what they need to do now is they got to open up their offense a little bit. I think the Sevenoaks Suns really need to share the ball a lot more. I feel like the London Lions defense is really frustrating them. They're playing really physical.
I think they're going to call a foul here against Shanice Beckford-Norton. Well, three-pointer will not count, but it will be a sideline ball here to the Suns. So generally think maybe with the Suns, of course, you know, when you've got Julia Koppel and you got Janice Monicano out there, naturally your 4 and your 5. You know, do you want to get Koppel involved in more high pick and rolls? Do you want to get the ball more touches in the low block? I mean, how would you go about it?
I would say in a low block, maybe some pick and roll action, because Koppel, remember the first 2 baskets of the game, it was her getting it going, so why not go back to what was working?
Well, Bradshaw, the nice crossover, could finish it now. Look how quickly Lions get out here in transition. Kiki Harry goes in, Euro step. The foul has been called.
Like a tough foul.
She will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. That's a tough Euro step as well.
It was a tough Euro step, and they had to foul her because she was going to get a bucket. So, yeah.
You go back to the previous play. I mean, Arian Bradshaw. I mean, it's just a beautiful crossover. You can see when she's going in for the layup. 2 players already coming in help side defense to prevent her, of course, from having a wide open layup.
She's shifty, she's quick. So, yeah, that was a good rotation by the Lions. You have to stop her penetration.
Well, the Lions now, of course, with all the momentum here. 14 apiece here. The Sevenoaks Suns struggling to get some open looks here. The Lions defense proving to be absolutely suffocating. There's Julia Koppel here looking to go handoff with Renee Bush. Well, they get the switch on defense. Renee down the middle. There's a pump fake, goes in with a bit of a soft one, can't get it. Harrigan now tries to secure the rebound for Holly Winterburn.
Lions are contesting everything. They're not letting them get any easy looks.
Well, backdoor fire, Shanice Beckford-Norton now can't connect with it, but the foul has been called against Aaron Bradshaw. A bit of a delay call there.
A little bit, but Winterburn's vision, man. Can we get up to Winterburn? Because that was an amazing look, you know.
Well, they've run that set a few times for Shanice Beckford-Norton. I mean, one thing she's very good at, of course, we know how quickly she can get out in transition, but also when you set a high back screen for her, she gets to the bucket. You need help side defense right away because she will catch the ball midair.
She will, and she can leap, as we just saw there. Love players that are gritty, play with a lot of heart, regardless of their size, and she's one of those players, man. Energy is infectious.
Well, makes the second free throw. Shanice Beckford-Norton, probably one of the hardest workers you'll find here in any backcourt team within the European basketball system of the FIBA Women's Euro Cup, let alone the WBBL. Well, Montecana now heavily guarded by Murray. Suns trying to build some momentum now, trying to find some identity here. Fritz with a hesitation. Kicks out to Renee Bush now. Three in the corner. Three is up. Three is tucked away by Renee Bush.
Cannot give Renee even an inch of space.
Well, they've called a blocking foul against Arian Bradshaw, and that's going to be the second foul she's picked up already here in the second quarter. And that's her third personal for the game.
I feel like the rest got to let them play, man. This is a matchup between the two top teams, or one of the top teams. Let them play, ref.
Well, that's a huge look. Katie Cox now, the youngster, comes into the game here for the Suns. But Arian Bradshaw, I mean, she is so invaluable to this team. I mean, she is, in my mind, looking to be top team one, top team two here in the WBBL this season. But 3 fouls already here, and it's not even halfway through the second quarter. That could be a problem now for the Sevenoaks Suns.
That's tough, and that's a decision that the coach makes. Having an integral player like that, you leave them in on 2 fouls, or would you take them out? And unfortunately, it didn't pay off this time.
Well, Sevenoaks battling, of course. But now going to have to do without Arian Bradshaw in the backcourt, maybe for the rest of this quarter. As Beckford-Norton now trying to put the moves on Cox. Good defense by Katie Cox. Norton goes all the way, hangs in the air, doesn't get it. And look how Shaquilla Joseph battles. Murray goes in. I think they're going to call a foul there against, like a call against Julia Koppel. I was 100% sure that was on Murray. Well, they have called on Murray, yeah. Because Koppel was the only one going for the rebound for the Suns.
Exactly that. I think the Lions are relentless. All of them. I feel like they have a point to prove in this game that they can't be challenged by anybody. So the way they're coming out, you'd feel like they're a losing team, and that's not the case. They're pressing full court. It's unbelievable.
Well, Fritz now getting a handoff. Suns now just trying to spread the floor here on offense, trying to get some more momentum. Again, Renee Bush got it by Kiki Harrigan. Renee Bush flying in. That's going to be a foul on the ground again. Well, this time they're going to call it against Kennedy Leonard, but you like the high-low play there between Renee Bush and Julia Koppel. You know, one thing about Julia Koppel's game is, from the last 2 seasons, she's very reluctant on offense because she's had to play alongside the likes of Renee Bush, Kat Carr, Tiani Clark. But now this is the season where she's got to, you know, reinvent herself, be more of a selfish player on offense.
Yeah, I feel like we're starting to see that, you know. Like, if she gets good position in the post there, she's a problem.
Well, Montecana now forcing out a tough shot. Not a lot of movement there from the Suns players. And now the Lions can try to retake the lead. Harrigan with a seal-off in the post. Goes for the fadeaway. Kisses that one off the backboard. Well, Kiki Harrigan, say what you like. To me, she's looking very focused and very composed at the moment. Top-class professional.
She was the early rim runner there. She established good position low early on. And then Winterburn gave her the nice assist in a great position.
Well, another offensive foul here. The legal screen, I think, set against Julia Koppel. And I think the official is just giving both sets of players a final warning here.
The players can't lose their head right now, regardless of the way that the refs are refereeing.
Well, Getty caught in a double team of defense there. Kenny Leonard has no problem passing out. Harrigan goes baseline. Kiki goes in. Well, any more criticism? Any more judgments of Kiki her character? Because right now she is bowling.
Absolutely. Tiptoe in along that baseline for the reverse layup.
I know we got to praise the player who, in my mind, is playing such composed basketball. Because it's so easy to get the criticism on you when you're a great player and you've had a game like yesterday where you do get 2 technicals. But again, I'll say it right now, prime-time professional.
Yep. It's the mark of a professional, man. A true pro's pro.
And Beckford Norton just going to the basket. Again, showing no fear whatsoever. 5-point lead here for the Lions.
And that press is really frustrating the Sevenoaks Suns.
Well, now Renee Bush here. Got it by Shaquilla Joseph. Pump fakes, tries to step through. Montecana from downtown takes a D3. Janice Montecana with a big-time three-pointer.
She cannot be slept on. She cannot be left open. They got to close out really quickly on her.
Well, another deep shot up again. The Lions battling for offensive rebounds, but it will be Suns ball here.
This has been a great matchup between 2 very good teams.
Well, great job for both teams battling for the boards. You can see both teams really working a lot of shell drill defense, right? A lot of wing denials here. Yep, shell drill here. Because that's what it's all about, shell drill defense, right?
Hey, good fundamentals.
You got a level 1, haven't you? You got a level 1, right?
Something like that, yeah.
I haven't got a level 1, 2 coaching. I'm not a basketball coach, that's all, you know? That's all. Well, now you can see Kenny Leonard finding Shaquilla Joseph. Well, again, now the kick out. Shaquilla Joseph made 2 threes yesterday. Can't get this one. I think they're going to call a foul there against the Sevenoaks Suns. That's down to Kenny Leonard just going in for the rebounds, of course.
Like a bit of a push in the back. Maybe that's what the ref is calling.
But again, there's another problem for the Suns because you've worked so hard there on defense to force them into a tough shot. By giving up that second chance, you're sending the Lions back to the free throw line. But this is all part of the Lions' game plans. Be relentless. Go after as many second chances as possible. Put the other team under pressure.
Agreed. Effort, hustle, energy. You know, in diving on those 50-50 balls, like, I feel like it's going to be a battle of wills.
Well, Leonard now making both free throws.
And look at the ball pressure from Norton. Hoping to tire out Bush, making it tough for her.
Well, Bush now being got it, finding Judah Fritz, takes the mid-range. Nothing but net there by the Hungarian international. The assist coming from Renee Bush. And I think Mark Clark has seen enough as he wants to call timeout. And there's somebody who could probably criticize his players, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he will. He holds them to a high standard.
But I think the timeout maybe is not going to go through because play had already started. But the officials just going over to the tables now to discuss this one. So far, the good tempo to this game, of course. Both teams going back and forth. Maybe one thing for the Lions, of course, in their favor. We talked about the depth, but, you know, really just being very hungry, of course. Really battling for every single position. Mark Clark, of course, not looking too happy, baby.
Yeah, you can hear him firing from here. But the Suns are right there with them. You know what? So that's a testament to both teams.
Well, Harrigan for a 3, puts it up, doesn't get it. Shaquilla Joseph with a rebound. Well, there's a reverse layup, and again, a beautiful play there by Kenny Leonard.
Beautiful lane, realizing there was a gap along the baseline, and just laying it in with a reverse lane.
Well, Montecana now finding Judah Fritz. Fritz taking a quick three-pointer, taking it, firing it, and nailing it from downtown. Judah Fritz.
Fritz back-to-back, the baseline jumper, and now the three-point shot.
There's a tough shot again. Kiki Harrigan in the corner. Well, where is the criticism now?
Feels like both teams are finding their offense.
Well, you can see again, Renee Bush getting the switch on defense, finding Julia Koppel. Good ball movement here from the Suns. They turn that one over. And now it's a 3-on-2 hit. The no-look pass. Joseph, can she finish? Well, did you see what Julia Koppel just did there? Just clapped as she went for the layup. I think she's very lucky the referees didn't call that one.
If the ref didn't call it, it didn't happen.
Well, I was actually refereeing a high school game in international schools in London. And the closeout, one kid went and shouted at the other kid for shooting a three-pointer. I had to delay the game. I said, look, dude, you can't do that. It's a technical foul. And it told me I didn't know what I was doing. Okay, now you give me a reason. Thank you. Well, again, I've got to give credit to our 3 officials. I mean, so far they've done a good job here in the game. I mean, it's never easy to referee these games in the first place, but you know, I got to tell you, 10 out of 10 for me so far.
They have. I've tried refereeing. I don't think it's for me. So big up to all the refs out there. I feel like you have to remain composed. You have players shouting in your face constantly, coaches, and we've got to give them more credit because not everyone could do that job.
Well, it's a tough one, of course. As you mentioned, having 3 top professionals. Tahir Akar, referee from Turkey, Turkiya, as they would say in Turkish. Our main official, very experienced ref, been here for over 2 decades in the United Kingdom. His wife was actually a colleague of mine at the International School of London. Happened to find out through a faculty meeting when she had a notepad that was England basketball. I said, oh, where'd you get that from? I said, my husband. Who's your husband? Tahir. She said, you know him? I said, yeah, terrible ref. No, good referee.
It's a small world, man. And we know UK basketball is extremely small. So in some way, everyone knows everyone who are connected.
Well, you got to think of some of the great British referees we've got as well. Martin Ford from Leicester, the former Leicester Riders coach, who's now one of the top referees in the FIBA ranks. You know, he's traveling all of, FIBA international windows for FIBA Euro Cup, Basketball Champions League. So again, there's definitely a pathway, and I would encourage people, you know, if you're not going to go down the playing route in the future, being an official, there's definitely a good pathway for people who want to get involved.
There is. I feel like as long as you have a calm demeanor and thick skin and a calm temperament, I feel like, yeah, go for it. Why not? We need good officials and people that know the game.
And coaches doing the shell drill.
And coaches and your obsession with the shell drill.
No, not my obsession.
Okay.
But doing the shell drill, okay? No iron team. Well, Renee Bush now getting a handoff as Brittany Hodges is back in the game. Hodges now finding Julia Koppel. Good seal off. Koppel goes up with it. And Austria, famous for the opera. And Julia Koppel's low block play here in the post.
Yeah, we like that high-low look. And I like that they've gone back to her because it was working early on. So big up Koppel.
Kiki there just short on the jump shot. Suns now can tie the game up with a 3-pointer. Cut it down to a 1-point ball game. Just under 4 minutes to go here. Suffocated defense, but an 8-second violation. And Ty has come ready for battle.
Look at that ball pressure. Wow. Battle was not playing around.
Well, that is one thing we have seen time and time again for the London Lions. I mean, they are renowned for putting full-court man-to-man pressure on any team they play. Whether that was Roche Wandu, whether that's Dinamo Sassari. And again, it's no different here in the WBBL. This is a team that will put a lot of pressure on you, and they'll make life very comfortable for you. But Sevenoaks Suns as well, you know, it's uncharacteristic of them to make those mistakes. Since Senior on the pick and pop doesn't get it. Couple trying to secure the rebound, but it will be Suns ball.
Like you alluded to, like it's quite rare for the Sevenoaks Suns to get a call like 8 seconds.
Wing denial defense. Tennessee transition drill. Well, now you can see here, Renee Bush now making a penetration, slice of defense, big three. Janice Montecana hitting the back iron. As now Shanice Beckford-Norton comes up with a loose ball. Well, Beckford-Norton now finding wide open tight battle. The assist coming from Holly Winterburn. I think everybody just maybe stopped there for a second, anticipating that the and one was going to be called.
Yeah, I think so. I wonder how much assists Winterburn has now, but she's been a great facilitator today.
Well, another offensive foul is going to be called against Julia Koppel. And that is her second personal foul of the game. She has 7 points. I mean, this is a good game from Julia Koppel. She has to, you know, really, as we talked about, step up and be more selfish this season. But she's got to be more composed here in terms of not picking up those fouls.
She does. They're going to need her later on. This looks like it could be a really tight fixture and come down to the wire. So you need all your pieces.
Well, Winterberg, quick three-pointer, can't get it. And now, Suns can try to push this one. Trailing by 5 points, just over 2.5 to go. Well, Montecano going all the way. Bit of contact, and Janice puts too much on it. And now Lions will try to push.
Playing very physical.
And in the end, Holly Winterman will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. A bit of a sloppy transition play there.
Definitely. I feel like they felt she was going to give the handoff or to give the assist, and she just went straight for the basket.
The second, Suns 9th. Back into the game, Lily Watkins. Janice Montecano comes out of the game.
Well, Holly had a bit of a tough game against Dinamo Sassari, of course. And I think what was tough about that game, they knew they had qualified for the next round of the Women's Euro Cup. But again, much more composed yesterday. I mean, it was a one-sided affair against the London Wildcats. But today, you can see now, this is a tough one because it's the 3rd game in 4 days. This is where not only the physical, but the mental fatigue sets in.
Yeah, we know that it happens, you know. Not every player is going to have a great game, but it's how they bounce back, as we know. And true pros, as she is, bounce back.
Renee Bush now trying to go all the way. Puts up a floater now. Again, goes off the backboard. A strong move by Renee Bush. And the Lions wasted no time to get the ball inbounds. Beckford Norton now, a bit of a pick and pop here. Find a tie battle. Seals off under the basket. Oh, but it rips out. Gets her rebound. Cincina throws it right away to Judah Fritz. Now Brittany Hodges looking for a guard, the high-low, but wow, Julia, yeah, that's got to be a foul. And that's the composure we talked about.
It's like Copple's picking up some fouls that she shouldn't. But credit to the Lions defense, trying to front her in the post. And she felt like she had to push, and she got the offensive foul there.
Well, she does everything right, of course. It's just the push-off with the arm. You know, with a seal-off, it's almost like you've got the trouble of holding the strength of a player up, and you cannot do anything else that extra is going to commit that foul, of course. You have to be very smart. But nice dime there, but good hands. Suns coming up with another steal here, try to push this one again, but they turn it right back over. As Murray now finding Winterburn, open 3, got it! Big time 3-pointer, and Holly Winterburn punishes the Sevenoaks Suns.
You cannot play lackadaisical against Murray, not with her ball pressure and defense.
And that's smarter there for Renee Bush, because you can see the full court pressure's coming. Just dribble at them, make the contact, put the Lions under pressure.
Agreed, man. But that defensive backcourt there for the Lions is terrible for anyone to face.
All right, it's frightening.
It's frightening.
When you've got to go up against Murray and Shanice Beckford-Norton, and you've got to go up against Holly Winterburn, I mean, we're not even talking about a zone press. We're not talking about a press break. You just need to have a backcourt player who's confident to get the ball over the half court, or you need a big player in the backcourt to set a ball screen or something.
Yeah, it's a long night for anybody. And maybe they need like a press break, somebody in the middle, or someone to help them out, man.
Or the shell drill. You like that one, don't you? Hey, I'm just promoting the shell drill, man. Come on. The 3-man weave.
Great drills.
Yeah.
Great. I don't know what to say to that anymore, bro.
Knockout.
Oh, man. So it looks like the momentum swing is in favor of the Lions. And the Suns are struggling to get anything going towards the basket and maybe just settling for outside shots as the Lions pack the paint.
If you go back last year when Kat Carr was here, you know, it's been tough because whenever you lose your franchise player, there's a transition period. You have to adapt to life without them. And we've seen how great Kat Carr has been. I think the first time you and I watched her play was in the Brixton Rec Center back in 2015. You can see what a dominant player she was in the WBBL. But again, when you look at this Suns team, I still think there's plenty of talent in this team that can push this Lions team as well. But again, collectively, they have to be on the same page.
100%, man. We see how much talent they have, and we see how experienced they are. So, hey, it's just a passing of the torch, man.
Well, Renee Bush now switch on defense, got it by Shaquilla Joseph. Trying to take Joseph now in the lane, goes in with a reverse slip, hits the side of the backboard. And the Lions now can make this double digits.
I think that was a bit of a prayer, that shot.
Well, Cincina can make it an 11-point ball game, takes the 3, doesn't get it. Tight battle the offensive rebound, and she'll go to the free throw line. And that's where the size and the physicality pays in favor for the Lions.
Battle has been relentless on the boards there, getting good position, and she's somebody that the Suns have to pay attention to.
Well, that should be anybody's game plan when you play against the Lions. I mean, it's so obvious when you talk about a talented team, but, you know, one thing you notice about the Lions is if you want to compete with this team, you got to keep them off the boards. You got to stop them from getting so many second chances. But it's easier said than done, because sometimes you see their lineup from positions 3 to 5. They might be the biggest lineups in the WBBL.
I think you're right there, man. Having big lineups who are versatile and have the ability to do it all, it's tough.
Well, Hodge now with the spin out, bit of contact goes in, and she will get the and one. Well, Brittany Hodges, welcome to the WBBL, and she is just teaching a lesson or two. Well, the lesson is spin out 101. Your instructor, Brittany Hodges' class is not dismissed yet.
Having somebody with size and the ability to score the bucket like that and put the ball on the floor can only be a help to the Suns.
Well, again, look how quickly Ty Battle goes up in the transition defense from the Suns. Nowhere to be seen at the moment as the Lions get an easy 2 points.
Guess who? Battle. Battle yet again.
Renee Bush here got it heavily from Holly Winterburn. 9 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Fritz here looking for a ball screen from Hodges. Back to Hodges. Well, good reach now. Hodge now forces up a circus shot, doesn't get it. And now the Lions here, 7 seconds in the game. Murray finding Cincina. Cincina puts up the 3, nails it. And the Lions punish the Sevenoaks Suns as Katarina Cincina from no man's land. And all of a sudden, it's a 12-point ball game. Cincina hitting a second three-pointer of the game.
It's heartbreaking for the Suns. You have to find shooters in transition, and they didn't do that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is a 12-point ball game here to the London Lions, the visitors. This is the WBBL Cup semifinals. We'll be back in just under 15 minutes. But for now, go get a drink, go get something to eat, but don't go anywhere too long, as we'll be back momentarily.
Run it, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to the second half of this WBBL Cup semifinal matchup between our hosts, the Sevenoaks Suns, and the visitors, the London Lions. Well, Lions may be ahead by 12, but Suns not out of this, not by a long shot. Excuse me, it's been a long day.
It's still a while to go yet, and we know basketball is a game of runs, and all it takes is the right momentum shift, a few stops, a few buckets, and anything can happen. So it's not over yet, far from it.
You know, Suns have to take advantage of every opportunity they get, every possession, because, you know, if you don't, Lions are very quick at getting the ball up the court. They are a massively efficient team when it comes in transition. They're very well balanced. So if anything, if you're going to make mistakes, your transition defense needs to be up to shape. I mean, you have to be able to get back, stop the ball, and that's very tough here. But also, the biggest issue the Suns have had here against the Lions is giving away so many offensive rebounds.
There is that. The Lions' physicality has definitely played a part in that. And I think it's literally up for the Suns. The Suns have to come out here fighting. They have to take control of this quarter from the jump. Because if you give the Lions any more space, they're just going to run away with it. So how they start right now will determine the rest of the game.
Well, now you can see both teams just getting their final instructions from both their coaches. Len Busch, the head coach of the Sevenoaks Suns. Now, interesting enough, the history of this club. When Len moved to the United Kingdom with his wife, May, of course, both of them coming from, well, they're from New York City, but they went to university in Boston. May going to Harvard University, Len going to Boston University. You know, Len created the club in Sevenoaks for his three daughters, his eldest daughter being Kristen. And then that club obviously expanded with players such as Crystal Turner, the daughter of Rad Miller Turner, and that is where it is today, of course. This is why this club exists. The London Lions, originally started by Mark Clark as I think it was the Barking Abbey women's team that he had in the past, of course. It's interesting, the foundations and the principles of these two clubs and their historical makeup.
Agreed. And all it takes is a lot of faith and a lot of work.
Well, Kiki Harrigan, well, critics, where are you now? Bullying her way to the basket. I tell you right now, she's locked in, focused, primetime professional.
Yeah, Kiki just bulldozing, imposing her will on the opposition and getting that bucket.
Well, there's a dump down now. Montecana going up. Montecana goes straight to the basket, giving Kiki Harrigan a taste of her own medicine. And that's what you like to see from Montecana.
Yeah, Kiki gambled there, and she got burnt for it.
Well, Cincina going behind the back here. Cross court there, coming from Kenny Leonard. Harrigan now taking 18-foot. Well, locked in one more time. She's hearing the critics.
Kiki is taking this quarter by the horns.
As Renee Busch comes in transition. Well, what a way to start the second half. Bit of a cookout between these two teams.
Both teams firing. It's going to make for a really interesting half.
Well, Kiki down for the mid-range. And again, she is simply on fire.
Yeah. You got to find her. That's 3 consecutive buckets. And they lost control of the hot hand.
Well, you can see Renee Busch now finding Judah Fritz, an interception, turns it over. As now Kenny Leonard looks to push this one. Leonard finding Holly Winterburn. Cincina made the last 3-point at the end of the first half, going down to Zania Stewart. Zania Stewart trying to bully away and gets her own rebound, and she will not be denied. Too easy.
The Lions are getting everything they want. They're using their size to their advantage, and it's really and truly paying off.
Well, Renee Busch now going baseline, finding Aaron Bradshaw is wide open under the basket. There's the kick out in the corner to Janice Montecana. Well, Bradshaw picked up a third foul at the beginning of the second quarter. I would say that was a big loss here to the Sevenoaks Suns. They definitely need her in this game.
They do. I feel like she's the emotional leader on that team. She's the aggressor, and they feed off her energy.
Well, Janice now trying to take this one down against Cincina. Well, goes up. That's a tough one in my mind because it's good defense from Cincina. But Janice Montecana, you know, I mean, how do you feel? I know we're going to have difference of opinion on this. To me, it's a good move. It's tough. It's physical.
It's tough, but I feel like you got to let them play, man. It's a semi-final, and I feel like they kind of bailed her out. You know what I mean?
It's good defense from Katsirina Cincina. She's got her arms up. She's moving. But at the same time, in my mind, Janice Montecana, her elbows are high, though. That's the one argument on that play.
I agree. I feel like Cincina baited her into that. And she kind of knew, knowing that when you're an aggressive player, if you can time it, you can get them into that offensive foul, and she did that.
Well, now it's still a 15-point ball game. Renee Busch Step back, taking a three-pointer right in the face. Cincina doesn't get it. The rebound by Winterbud. And now the Lions trying to close this one out here. Holly getting the handoff now. Kiki back to Winterbud. Neza penetration down the middle. Goes in. Sweet little move. Doesn't get it. Bradshaw secures the rebounds.
Feels like Holly plays at her own pace there with the slow Euro step, but it works.
Well, that's the third foul now here against Zania Stewart. It's Bradshaw here getting a handoff, got it by Cincina. The Lions trying to switch everything on defense. Bradshaw down the middle finds Judith Fritz. Wide open, she's made a few threes, doesn't get this one. The rebound secured.
The Suns are just settling for three-point shots. And I feel like they can't get into a shootout with the Lions. They got to get something going inside.
Cincina now cutting off one screen, finding Winterbud. Trying to use the bull screen. Fakes the screen now. Beautiful play, the ghost screen coming from Zania Stewart. And a quick flash to the bucket.
Yeah, everything's just opening up for the Lions now, and they're just pouring it on now, relentlessly.
Well, Renee Bush now got switched on defense. Finding Judith Fritz. Koppel's trying to seal off in the block. She's got to get the ball. Koppel turns around, takes a jump shot now. You want to see Koppel try and back down to the basket.
Exactly. I think she kind of settles for that, and she needs to use her size, length, strength, and get something going close to the basket. Try to get some fouls. Try to get to the line.
Harrigan now mid-range, takes it, ices it. Well, is she locked in? Is she focused? You bet she is. Kiki Harrigan playing for an MVP.
Kiki's on fire, man. I feel like that's 4 consecutive shots she's hit. And if I'm the Lions, I keep feeding the hot hand.
Well, there, give it go there. The reach came from Holly Winterbud, but the assist coming from Julia Koppel. Nice dump down to Renee Bush.
Great look there. Easy lane.
Well, the board of now, Cincina looking for a handoff, going back to Kenny Leonard, deep three, puts it up and sinks it from downtown. The Lions coming out like a house on fire.
Man, they just laying it on thick now. Everything they put up feels like it's going in.
Well, Renee Bush going all the way. The follow-up by Arian Bradshaw. Can't get the tip back, and now it's a 3-on-2 hit. Cincina finding Kenny Leonard. Leonard goes in, and again, misses a layup here with her inside hand.
That looked like a layup drill there. Lions probably a bit too casual.
Well, Bradshaw going all the way, getting the ad one, and that's going to be the 4th personal foul against Zania Stewart.
Zania looking completely flustered, doesn't understand it.
Well, Zania felt she was hard down by on the 3rd foul she picked up. But again, the problem with that one was Arian Bradshaw had good positioning on it and just jumped up as the rebound came up. That's always going to be a push in the back. That one's a tough one because she has her hands up, of course.
It is, and I feel like sometimes when you have that high and you play on the inside, they're more likely to give it to the guard as opposed to give the benefit of the doubt.
Well, Bradshaw unable to capitalize on the three-point play. As now Winterbud stepping around, dishing off there to Ty Battle. Good ball movement here for the Lions. Well, left wide open three, hits the front iron, can't get it. Well, the Suns here, this is where they want to push it. As Montecana drawing the foul. The Lions again, maybe just a little bit too eager. Well, things need to calm down now between Holly Winterbud, Janice Montecana.
I feel like that was definitely a lot of frustration, probably a lot of talking back and forth.
But that's smart there from Holly Winterbud because you could see no reaction there whatsoever. And again, I like that. Many people will criticize this and say, well, the head's on in it. You know, there's too much trash talk. It's part of the game. This is basketball. These are professional basketball players. You know what?
There's no need. You have the lead, and you could tell that they're frustrated as well. And maybe she's got in her head a little bit as well. So they've got to remain composed if I'm the Suns and take it one possession at a time.
Well, Koppel now trying to post up here against Ty Battle. Finding Montecana, step back, takes a quick three-point, three is up, no good. Koppel trying to fight for the rebound. As Murray now comes up with it. Well, Murray now kicking this one out. Cincina, she's made 2 threes. Can she hit a third one, excuse me. Now Kiki now step back mid-range. She can't get it. Cincina battling for the rebounds. Now Winterbud left wide open. Again, another offensive rebound. It's going to be, well, the foul is going to be called against Judith Fritz.
Every offensive board, it feels like the Lions
Oh, no, wait.
What?
They changed it. They're going to call against Kiki Harrigan. So Kiki Harrigan is going to be called for the foul while going for the offensive rebound. Now, That's very interesting.
It is. I don't feel like I necessarily agree with that call, to be honest. That just looked like a hard-fought rebound, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, on the flip side of that, maybe it's a case that, you know, the way she went for the rebound in regards to how positioned there was by Judah Fritz. I mean, look at Montecano now aggressively attacking the basket. I think what the foul was called is that Kiki maybe went in a little bit uncontrolled, of course. That's the only thing I can think of, the flip side of it, of course. But at the same time, to me, it did look like from this angle, it was a solid offensive rebound.
Yeah, to me, it looked clean. Maybe there's a bit more, maybe the refs have a better look at it, but it looked like a legitimate rebound to me anyway.
Well, Janice Montecano, again, doing a good job of putting the ball on the floor and just taking Lions to the bucket. Now she'll step up and again. I mean, when you're looking at beautiful shooting forms, for me, Janice Montecano has the best form here in the WBBL, the way she shoots the basketball.
That's one heck of a compliment. She's got a great form.
Well, but we're talking about a player, of course, that can shoot from the perimeter. She's very, very consistent from the free throw line. Young players watching Janice Montecano, that's how you want to base your shooting form, your technique.
Yeah, definitely has the fundamentals there. I feel like she's decided to put the team on her back, though, because nothing else seems to be working for the Suns.
Well, goes out of bounds. But again, from where they called the foul against Azania Stewart, if you saw in that play, there was a little bit of contact from Julia Koppel when she secured the rebound on that one. So almost a push in the back there. This is the same one they called on Azania. Just for debate's sake.
Yeah. I feel like the refs, you know what? Got to leave it up to the refs at this point, man.
Well, Renee Bush now getting a handout, finding Koppel, puts a bit too much on it. I think they're going to call, well, who they call the foul on here? I think they're going to call it against Shaquilla Joseph. I think there was a little hold from Shaquilla Joseph on Julia Koppel. She was trying to cut to the basket, so it's going to be 2 free throws because the Lions have now put the Sevenoaks Suns in the penalty. So chance here to cut it down to a 14-point ball game.
They really need these free throws, and if they can just chip away, I mean, 1 bucket at a time, maybe get some stops, get to the line, but not solely settling for 3-point shots, which I feel like they're doing at the moment.
Well, 14-point ball game. Suns trying to battle here with the Lions. Lions again trying to pull the full head of steam ahead. Oh, Winterberg now trying to put the moves here against Koppel. Finding Cincina for the mid-range. Takes it, and again, nails that one right in front of Judah Fritz.
When Cincina has her feet set, beautiful. Just easy, easy, easy.
Well, Montecano going in. Good defense by Shaquilla Joseph. And now it's a 4-on-3 here for the Lions. Winterberg now finds Cincina. Steps through. 3-pointer. Ices that one. Nothing but net by Katsiarina Cincina.
That's tough. She is a very deadly 3-point shooter. And everything is going well for the Lions at this moment in time.
Well, Renee Bush now trying to break the defense down. Goes in with a tough one. Draws a foul. And she'll go to the free throw line.
It feels like the Suns are playing a bit of hero ball at the moment.
Technical foul's been called, I think. Technical foul's been called against the Lions bench because the Lions, in protest to the call, the bench has stood up. So that's going to be 1 free throw extra here for the Sevenoaks Suns.
Yeah. The girls don't agree with that call, and they're letting it be known.
Well, I mean, regardless whether they agree with the call or not, one thing is a bench, you cannot stand up during the game, especially no matter of protest. That is a written rule. It's a technical foul anytime.
Yeah. I feel like at this point in the game, you're ahead. Just focus on getting that dub and just don't get into the politics of the calls.
Get locked into the shell drill.
The shell drill again.
Speciality, of course, you know. Defense wins champions. I'm just saying, just wins championships.
That it does. The Suns got to do a better job, man, of really and truly playing more team-orientated basketball. They're doing a bit of one-on-one hero ball and getting really frustrated and just going one-on-one now. They need to get something in the flow of the offense.
Well, Cincina and Winterburn taking a breather. So Beckford Norton along with Chantel Charles checking into the game. Daddy Desmond, are you watching? Fellow West Ham United supporter, the MVP of all British basketball fans, Desmond Charles. And another foul. Well, I'm sure they called this one on.
Yeah.
Well, if that's on Koppel, that's a fourth personal foul.
Yeah. It looked like she just ran her over.
Look, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought I saw a signal for a charge there. Did you see the same thing, or?
I don't think it was a charge because the Lions had the ball.
No, I know it was a charge, but I saw the motion called for a charge.
Yeah. I think Koppel ran her over. Was it Norton over? And she just drew the foul.
Well, Murray going down the middle, kicking out to Beckford Norton. Shaquila Joseph. Lions just trying to get the space in here on offense. It's Ty Battle trying to post up against Millie Watkins. Murray going in, doesn't get it. Bradshaw with a rebound. Well, good defense by Murray. Finding Shaquila Joseph. She will lay that one up.
Yep, they're just pouring it on thick now.
Well, Bradshaw now, yeah, maybe a little bit frustrated. She felt she was fouled there in the backcourt. Nothing was called. 18-point ball game. Finding Brittany Hodges. Well, Hodges jumping up in the air.
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating for the Suns at the moment. They have to pick their head up. Don't focus on the score. Focus on possession by possession. Play the right way. Get some stops. And try and make this a game.
Well, Shanice Beckford Norton now running off one screen. The pick and pop. Shaquila Joseph for three. Hits the front eye. Good box out there by Millie Watkins. And now the Suns will try to push it. Renee Bush. Something the Suns haven't been able to do too much here this evening. Get many transition points. It's Brittany Hodges here. Guarded by Shaquila Joseph. Getting a handoff now. Fritz. Fritz has got under 10 on the shot clock. Got to get something going here. Fritz, step back. Big three. Doesn't get it.
Settling for the jump shot again. They've stopped going on the inside. They've stopped attacking the basket.
Well, Murray now with a bit of time and space goes up to Shaquila Joseph. Got it by Judah Fritz. Trying to bully away in the spin around. Beautiful move by Shaquila.
Yep. Shaquila going old school. That post work, utilizing her strength in that mismatch and just overpowering her.
Well, 20-point lead here to the Lions. Suns again trying to battle back. Chantel Charles putting a hand in the passing lane. And at the moment, you can see the differences in depth in both teams. I mean, I'll tell you right now, the Suns have some great players. Renee Bush, Arian Bradshaw, Brittany Hodges. But again, when you look at the depth and the amount of rest the Lions players can get, it is a massive difference.
It's a big difference, you know. And depth definitely plays dividends. You can see Bush is really exhausted. And a lot of their players are. And the Lions, they're so deep that they can just rotate players in and out and not lose any momentum.
Well, beautiful penetration by Bradshaw, kicking out to Judah Fritz, who went for the mid-range. And that's much better from the Suns. It's now Beckford Norton here, heavily guarded, takes a jump shot and tucks that one away. Beautifully done there by Shanice Beckford Norton.
Yep.
Well, gamble on defense. Renee now dishing off to Millie Watkins. Renee with a step back, takes a three. Three is up. Again, no good from downtown.
Once again, they say you live by the three, die by the three. At the moment, it looks like they're dying by it.
Well, another shot from downtown, another offensive rebound by Ty Battle. And the putback. And now it's a 22-point lead, but now the Suns can try and get the last shot in the third quarter, trailing 71-49 against the London Lions. Renee coming off a double screen now, guided by Shanice Beckford Norton. A foul is going to be called on the ground. That's a silly foul to give away because now the Suns will get 2 free throws.
Yep, gave them a bit of a bailout there. It looked like they were playing one-on-one and not really running their offense, and they just kind of gave up a little cheap foul.
Well, the foul actually was not on Shanice Beckford Norton. It was actually against, I'm not sure who they called that one against. Oh, it was on Murray. Sorry, it was on Murray. My apologies. Well, she makes this one now. It's a 20-point ball game. The Lions with 5.4 seconds left. Plenty of time to get the ball up the court. Well, Murray's got to be quick here. 3 seconds now here for the Lions. Murray's going to go all the way. Kicks out. Beckford Norton, end of the quarter. Almost got it. But again, just how efficiently the Lions were able to get the ball up the court and get a wide open look. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in 2 minutes for the final quarter. The Lions lead this one 71-51 against the Sevenoaks Suns.
BUSCH has got 17 points. 15 points for Kiki Harrigan. She's also got 5 rebounds. And Holly Winterburn is now given 10 assists in the game.
Run it, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the final quarter here, this WBBL Cup semifinal between the Sevenoaks Suns and the London Lions. Well, the Sevenoaks Suns now bringing Katie Richards into the game here, along with Millie Watkins, finding the dump down there. Beautiful pass coming for Koppel, finding Janice Monicana.
So we like to see them running the offense, getting some high-low action.
Well, Murray now going back to Beckford Norton. Well, Shanice now taking another mid-range, hits the front iron, doesn't get it. Bradshaw drawing the foul.
Was that a foul to stop the fast break, or was that just
A little more like a frustration foul, to be honest.
yeah. I think the Lions have to remember that they have the power, they got the lead, and they just have to play the game the right way.
Well, Koppel now got it by Paige Robinson, trying to take this one in. Back to Bradshaw. Bradshaw goes up, bit of contact, doesn't get the and one. And already, I mean, this is what we're talking about. When Arian Bradshaw had to leave the game, it left a huge void here for the Sevenoaks Suns.
It changed the game. Like, she's the initiator. You know what I mean? They feed off of her energy. So, yeah, her picking up those early fouls definitely impacted them quite negatively.
Well, that's a third foul here against Murray. Now, Arian Bradshaw, as we mentioned, native of Boston, Massachusetts, huge Celtics fan, but went to Dayton, Ohio, where she played at the University of Basel, makes the first free throw. Well, makes it both now, cutting it down to a 16-point ball game. Never say never in international basketball.
Agreed. They got to keep chipping away. They got to keep chipping away at it. Get into the line, attack him relentlessly. But the Lions have to get into the flow of their offense quite quickly.
Well, Chantel Charles now, step back, three-pointer, takes it, doesn't get it. Paige Robinson with the offensive rebound, the putback.
That's a great rebound by Paige, using her length to get good position and then just going straight back up.
Well, Bradshaw now looking for a ball screen here. Just going to go pick and roll now with Julia Koppel. There's a kick out, finding Millie Watkins. Well, Monicana, a few seconds. Gets caught a double team, tries to go through, and he can't. Well, that is a tough one because I felt she was caught in a good double team there between Shanice Beckford Norton. I don't think she was going anywhere.
I don't think she was either. I feel like if they just remained as they were, she would have really struggled, but probably a bit too eager.
But that's the thing, you're absolutely right there, because when you've caught someone in a double team, the last thing you want to do is reach, because you just give the officials an invitation to make a decision.
Yeah, I feel like as a defender, though, man,
it's instinct.
It's instinct, you know.
But again, you foul the one player who is guaranteed to step up and make free throws, and that is Janice Montecano.
Exactly, and what you don't want to do is give them that momentum, that belief that they can make this a game again.
Well, Janice makes both free throws. Beckford Norton quickly goes up, and again, she'll lay it up. And where was the transition defense of the Suns?
You can see Koppel wanted to do more, but she was wary of picking up her 5th foul.
We'll find it, Montecano. Janice got it heavily by Shanice Beckford Norton, going all the way. Montecano too much on it. The rebound by Kiki Harrigan. And the foul has been committed.
Definitely looked like a frustration foul there from Janice.
Well, Janice so far in this game, 14 points. She does have 4 fouls, so any more fouls, and it will be an early night for her. Now, I said she had to have a game between 20 and 30 points, but, you know, due to the talent of this Lions team, she's not the only player that needs to have a good night, of course. I mean, so many players need to step up when you play against the Lions because, you know, they're just that good a team.
Of course, it's got to be a whole team effort.
Well, there it is. There's a 5th foul. Janice is done. That's 5 fouls. Yeah. And that is a huge loss.
That's definitely frustration.
Yep.
You know? I think it's probably emotionally done, man. It's exhausting, you know, and these things happen, man.
Well, Judah Fritz now coming back into the game here for, along with Renee Bush. We'll find it Beckford Norton now. She'll take the mid-range. Hits the front iron, doesn't get it. Renee Bush secures the rebound. Suns trailing by 18 points. They need buckets, and they need stops down the other end. It's Millie Watkins now looking for a spin out. Well, good hands from Murray. That's going to be a baseline ball with 10 on the shot clock here for the Suns.
The Lions making it really tough for the Suns. You know what I mean? Not resting on the fact that they have a big lead and continuously applying pressure.
A quick turnover. They throw it away, and it's going to be Lions ball. Well, under 7.5 to go. Lions with the 18-point lead. Murray being heavily defended here by Arian Bradshaw. Finds Kiki Harrigan. She'll go for a three-point. 3 is up. Again, no good. But again, Beckford Norton, just look how high she elevates when she goes to the balls. Now, the Suns have a chance here. Bradshaw now trying to go down the middle. Bit of contact, puts up a circus shot, doesn't get it.
Just threw that shot up.
Well, Lions now, no need to rush anything here. Patiently trying to build something up as they go to Beckford Norton. Shanice now pulls up in the mid-range, 15 feet again. Beautifully tucks it away, Shanice Beckford Norton.
That's beautiful. Shanice just finding her spots there. Crossover into a jump shot, and they gave her too much space. Or they just weren't respecting her jump shot.
20-point lead here to the London Lions. Remember, this is the WBBL Cup semifinal. Well, Renee Bush now pulling up for an 18-foot. Just lost the balance there. As now Kennedy Leonard checks back into the game here for the Pride.
Yeah, you can just see the body language of the Suns. Shoulder slump, head down a bit. All they can do is compete on every possession and try and make this as much of a game as possible.
Well, you know, we saw this in the first half. You know, there was some really good spells from the Suns. The tough thing, of course, is trying to do it for 4 quarters. Because when you go against a team with so much depth in the Lions, you know, you have to reinvent yourself each quarter. You have to be able to, well, Paige Robinson dribbling into a bit of transition there, but the foul is going to be called against Haley Miller, I believe.
I think so. It looked like Paige got away with a bit of a walk as she moved her pivot foot, but hey, she was being aggressive and she's gotten to the line.
Well, baseline possession. It's only the third team foul here against the Sevenoaks Suns. Lions also with 3 team fouls. So only one more foul to get for both of these two teams. Found a Kiki Harrigan. Kiki now step back mid-range. Doesn't get it. Another offensive player. Going to call a foul, I think, against Shanice Beckford-Norton. I think that's the right call there because when Renee Bush went for the ball, there was just a little bit of contact.
Looks like there was.
And that's her night done. She's fouled out as well. Well, timeout now. 10 points for Shanice Beckford-Norton, but she also has fouled out of the game. We'll be back in a few minutes here.
3 rebounds and 2 assists. Six minutes left, WBBL Cup semi-final. Winners in the final.
Well, welcome back now. Under 6 minutes to go here. Lions leading by 20 points. Well, now you can see, tries to take this one in the lane now. Another turnovers now. Chantel Charles going all the way, finding Kenny Leonard. Leonard 3 is up. No good, of course.
Well done, Paige. Getting good position under the basket. I just put it back up there.
Well, again, tough play there. Again, same story, of course. Lions going for those offensive rebounds. Well, good hands there. A few seconds now. Brittany Hodges got to get something going. Tries to go all the way. Gets rejected. Well, Daddy Desmond, are you watching Chantel with the denial?
That was great help side defense there. Chantel coming over last minute for the weak side block.
They've called an offensive foul here against Kiki Harrigan. Well, that's her third personal foul in the game.
At this point, that isn't too much of an issue, though.
Well, there's now a post-up here for Julie Koppel. Suns again. Beautiful play by Brittany Hodges. Goes up. She finishes that one off the curl screen.
That was a great curl there and a great pass there.
Well, another turnover now for the Lions. 4:40 to go here. BBL Cup semifinal. Koppel here heavily guided by Paige Robinson. Kicks out to Aaron Bradshaw. Bradshaw now trying to take this one on. Almost turns it over, kicks out. Bush has got to shoot it. 3 seconds left. Doesn't get it. Bradshaw comes up with a loose ball. Bradshaw looking to take this one and goes in off the backboard. Arian Bradshaw will not be denied.
Bradshaw is so tough, man. Throws herself in there amongst the trees and comes down with the bucket.
Well, the rebound secured by Brittany Hodges. 18-point ball game now. Under 4 minutes to go. Bradshaw left wide open. Spots up. Hits it from downtown.
Yeah. I think that was just a bit of miscommunication. And they left Bradshaw for the open 3 there.
Well, she took that three-pointer, let it go, and said, I'm shipping off to Boston on that one.
But at this point, they got nothing left to lose, and they just have to try any and everything.
Chantel now, penetration, kicks out Kennedy Leonard. She'll try a three-pointer. Doesn't get it. Hodges with a rebound. And the Suns now playing with rejuvenation. Well, Renee Busch now, big three-pointer, in and out. Well, that would have been huge if she made that one.
That could have been a big momentum shift. I feel like the girls are losing a little bit of focus from the Lions and are not finding their matchups in transition.
Well, Chantel Charles now kicking this one out here to Holly Winter, but 5 on the shot clock. Finding Kiki Harrigan. Kiki now down the middle, goes in, and draws a foul, and she will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots.
Yeah. Game getting really physical down there.
Well,
Kiki putting her body on the line.
so wait a minute, who they call the foul now? I thought that was...
Was that an offensive foul?
Well, the signal originally was like this. The arm was up, so I thought that was a shooting foul. You're the expert, man. You got to tell me.
I believe they ended up calling an offensive foul on Kiki.
Well, there's a kick out. Bradshaw made a last 3, takes another one, doesn't get it. Good closeout by Kennedy Leonard. The Suns now 2 chances from the perimeter to chip into the deficit as Katerina Cincina's back in the game. Well, 7 here on the shot clock now. Winterberg's got to get something going. Holly now. Tough pass. Cincina has got to force it up. Hail Mary. Oh baby! Katerina Cincina. Thank you very much. And to all the London Lions fans, just says Merry Christmas.
When it rains, it pours. Anything they're throwing up is going down, man.
Oh, Katerina Cincina. I mean, she just makes some unbelievable. I'm recovering from the flu, and I'm suffering from that one.
You know what? And if you look at her highlight reel and a lot of her previous games, she's made ridiculous shots like this time and time again. So are we surprised? Not that much.
I mean, we see a lot of the games here. You're always coming to London Lions games.
Yeah.
But Katerina Cincina, I tell you what, I think she could beat anybody in a game of horse.
Oh, 100%. She has the luck of the Irish.
So again, a beautiful play there, tie battle. But it's so weird because all the games I've been commentating for the London Lions, WBBL, FIBA Women's Euro Cup, I kind of in the back of my head, I just know that's going in because it's Katerina Cincina. She just makes unbelievable, just under pressure shots that, you could only dream of making.
Agreed. I'll tell you what, if I want a Hail Mary, I know who I'm turning to.
Well, smart play there from Katie Richards. She'll go to the free throw line here for 2 shots.
At this point in time, you just try to end this game well and moving forward into your next game, just finish on a high note and just give it your all until the last moments.
And Renee Busch comes out, 17 points, top scorer in the game. Julie Bales, 3 assists. And Julie Fritz, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist.
Well, 2 free throws now nailed by Katie Richards. Well, it's now a 18-point ball game. Suns, credit to them, the battle back. Refusing to throw the towel in. Kenny Leonard for 3 in the corner. It's up, no good. Arian Bradshaw fighting for the rebound. And what hustle from Arian Bradshaw. And it's plays like that, when you're down by 18 with 1:10 to go, is the definition of a true superstar. And that is Arian Bradshaw.
Arian Bradshaw is an absolute soldier. She has heart. She's a dog. She has so much grit. So, yeah, amazing Mason effort every single night.
Well, now, dump down past Millie Watkins. Tough shot, good defense by Kenny Leonard. Now Lions will try to close this game out here with under a minute to go. Please give the ball to Katerina. Please take another circus shot. Please. The backdoor play. I mean, I think Katerina is a higher percentage shooter from the perimeter than she is from inside the paint.
It looks like it, man.
No, but I'm serious. For all her strengths, she has missed a few laps. I've been a little bit unfair because sometimes they're under pressure laps. I just want to see her make one more circuit. It's Christmas time. Come on, please.
Maybe it's just muscle memory. Maybe she's so used to just the perimeter scoring that the easy ones end up being more difficult.
Well, Winterburn now coming up with a steal here. Fakes the pass, goes in, doesn't get it. Bradshaw secures a rebound now. Bradshaw, true warrior, will fight to the very end here for the Suns. Bradshaw goes in, tough move, gets the and one. And again, that's what you like to see from the future, possibly the future franchise superstar of this team.
Heart. That's all we can say about her, Bradshaw. She has so much heart. And eventually that will pay dividends.
Well, the former University of Dayton, Ohio, makes the three-point play, gets a shooter's roll. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the BBL Cup semifinal. As it stands, London Lions are going to come out victorious. We thank you for joining us here at the Surrey Sports Park. I am Josh Bett. He is Nassim Bilal. You can follow him at Twitter at NassimBilal91. Catch up on all of the best tweets on international basketball. We thank you for joining us, but for now, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
39-37 to Leicester in the other semi-final. Could be anybody's game. Hope you enjoyed the game. Sorry about the temperature, but it was a good game, wasn't it? London Lions, congratulations to you. Your appreciation for the London Lions and also the Sevenoaks Suns. If you want to watch the Sevenoaks Suns here again, you've got a bit of a wait. Their next WBBL home game is Saturday, the 4th of February. So it's going to be another 6 weeks before you see them again. That's against London here at 1 o'clock. Hope you can make it for that game. And in the meantime, they're on the road. They travel to Essex and to Nottingham to Manchester. Good luck to them in those visits. Hope you enjoyed the game this afternoon here at the Sports Park. On behalf of everyone associated with the Sevenoaks Suns, I'd like to wish you a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a very safe journey home. As I say, congratulations to London, who are in another final. Won all 4 last year. Good luck in the final. And your appreciation once again for the Sevenoaks Suns. BUSCH finished as top scorer with 17 points.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year.